The invisible chains, recognizing psychological violence in relationships. Relationships should nurture our spirits, not break them. Sadly, many relationships are plagued by psychological violence. Unlike physical abuse, psychological violence operates in the shadows, chipping away at a person's self-worth. It is a pattern of behaviors intended to control, manipulate, and demean another person. Abusers may use words as weapons, employing insults, threats, and constant criticism to undermine their partner's confidence. They may isolate their partner from friends and family, further tightening their control. Victims often feel trapped and alone, questioning their own perceptions and sanity. Recognizing the signs of psychological violence is the first step towards breaking free and reclaiming your life. Red flags waving. Identifying manipulative behaviors. Manipulative behavior is a cornerstone of psychological violence. Manipulators are masters of deception, using subtle tactics to control their partners. One common manipulative tactic is gaslighting, where the abuser denies reality, making the victim question their own sanity. Another red flag is emotional blackmail, where the manipulator uses guilt, threats, or ultimatums to get what they want. Isolation is another powerful tool used by manipulators. They may try to control their partner's social interactions, limiting their contact with friends and family. If you notice any of these red flags in your relationship, it is important to take them seriously. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. You deserve to be in a relationship where you feel safe, respected, and loved. Trapped in a maze. Gaslighting and its devastating effects. Imagine a reality where your memories are constantly questioned, your perceptions dismissed as crazy. This is the insidious world of gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation. Gaslighting is a gradual process, often starting subtly. The abuser might deny saying or doing something, making you question your memory. They might accuse you of being too sensitive or imagining things when you try to address their behavior. Over time, these incidents accumulate, eroding your sense of self-worth and reality. As the gaslighting continues, you may start to doubt your own judgment and perceptions. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse, and its effects can be long-lasting. Recognizing the signs of gaslighting is crucial for breaking free and reclaiming your sense of self.
Emotional blackmail is a powerful form of manipulation that preys on our deepest fears and insecurities. It's a way of controlling others by holding their emotions hostage, making them feel guilty or afraid to disobey.
Emotional blackmailers are skilled at pushing our buttons, exploiting our love, loyalty, and compassion. One common tactic is the threat of suffering. The emotional blackmailer might threaten to hurt themselves, withdraw their love, or make you feel guilty if you don't comply.
Another tactic is the promise of reward. The emotional blackmailer might promise you love, affection, or approval if you give in to their demands.
Emotional blackmail can be incredibly damaging to relationships, creating an imbalance of power and fostering resentment. If you find yourself constantly giving in to your partner's demands out of fear or guilt, it's important to reevaluate the dynamics of your relationship. To truly understand the impact of psychological violence, let's look at real-life examples.
Case Study 1. Sarah and the Master Manipulator. Sarah, a successful professional, fell for Mark, a charming entrepreneur. Early in their relationship, Mark showered Sarah with affection and compliments. However, as time went on, his behavior changed. He began criticizing Sarah's appearance, her friends, and her career choices. He would isolate her from loved ones, accusing them of not understanding their relationship. Mark would often deny saying or doing hurtful things, making Sarah question her sanity. Trapped in a cycle of emotional abuse, Sarah's self-esteem plummeted.
Case Study 2. John and the Emotional Blackmailer. John, a kind man, found himself in a relationship with Lisa, who constantly played on his emotions. Lisa would threaten to leave John if he didn't comply with her demands, isolating him from his support system.
Recognizing the signs of psychological violence is the first step, but it's only the beginning of the journey to healing.
The first and most crucial step is acknowledging that you are in an unhealthy and abusive situation. Remember, you are not to blame for your partner's behavior. Abuse is never acceptable, and you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
Once you've acknowledged the abuse, seek support from trusted friends, family members, or a therapist.
Confronting the abuser directly can be dangerous and is not always advisable. If you decide to confront them, do so in a safe environment with the support of others. Be prepared for denial, manipulation, and even escalation of abuse. Remember, your safety is paramount.
Healing from psychological violence is a process, not an overnight event. It takes time to rebuild your self-esteem, trust your instincts, and learn to set healthy boundaries. Remember, you are not alone.
Therapy can be an invaluable tool for healing. A qualified therapist can provide a safe space for you to process your trauma and rebuild your sense of self.
Re-establish connections with supportive friends and family members. Surrounding yourself with people who love and care about you can provide a much-needed sense of belonging and security.
Engage in activities that bring you joy and help you reconnect with your passions.
Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. You are a survivor, and you have the strength to create a brighter future for yourself.